Hey, Simone here, as always, with a few insights about, what you really need to pay attention to when you are in that explosive growth mode in your business and you're trying to scale. I know we talk a lot about vision here because being crystal clear in that department changes everything in your business. When you think about it, sales and marketing really depend on you being crystal clear. Conversions skyrocket when you're being crystal clear. That's also what drives your revenue. And think about what happens to your profit margins when you know who you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing it, and who you're doing it with. That same goes for fundraising efforts. Just going through that with a client right now, where last year, before he really got into it, he totally flopped. This year, when he's really clear, he's doing phenomenal. Of course, what we focus on mostly is team engagement. How do we get the people to really work with this? And that is a whole other thing. So when you're crystal clear, when that vision is crystal clear, your cost for new hires decreases incredibly. The efficacy of your people, how they're working together, the way they're contribute, what they're contributing. And of course, the loyalty factor is huge. If your people love you and they go through anything for you, you're going to get so much more value. And look, the other thing that we should never forget about is the fun factor. If we're all on the same page, we're going to have a whole lot more fun doing this. And that's one of the most important things. So like I said, everything in your business is dependent on that vision being crystal clear. But then there's that counterpart that you can't do without, which is getting things done. So getting things done, massively important, because there's no vision without the right action, and there's no action without the right vision. So most of our clients come in really overwhelmed, stressed out, and darn near burned out because they're simply involved in absolutely everything in their business because they feel they have to. They don't trust that things are going to get done or that they get done right. So their sticky little fingers are everywhere in their business. So that's pretty painful. So I highly recommend that you schedule some time with us if that is something that you're struggling with, so we can get that problem solved. But then there's that other one, like I mentioned, getting things done. And even when you are on the right track, where you are building that trusted team, things are starting to gel, chances are there's still way too many things to get done. So the first thing that we teach our clients is to go through a time study where they really sit down and they look at absolutely everything they're doing. Then they get focused on what really matters and prioritize for what we call the no-brainers. And once that's done, they redefine their role as the CEOs of their business. So you might say, Simone, that sounds great, but that sounds like that's a whole lot easier said than done, which, you're probably right. But the thing is, if you don't start doing that, you will never get it done. So let's break this down. If you're honest, do you know how much time you spend right now being in the weeds, being in the grind, doing $15 an hour work, fighting fires, redoing things, undoing things, doing things? You are absolutely in that transactional mode. Think about how much of your time is spent in that transactional mode. And then think about how much of your time is spent on the other side in the strategic mode, which is the only place you should ever spend your time as the CEO of your business. So think about how much of your time is spent being strategic versus transactional. And you should really only be in that strategic side, on that strategic side, when you operate as the CEO of your business, especially when you are in that super dicey growth mode. So I think you could come to a lot of conclusions just from going through that thinking exercise, and you can probably come up with some next steps from that. So now that you know this, the issue is you can't unknow this. So you have to change the way that you operate. And here's the other distinction to make. As you grow, there's this mindset shift that comes in, because a lot of times when you start your business, yes, you're serving your business, but a lot of the business is about you. So you're serving your needs a little bit more than your business needs. And as you grow up, you are serving your business needs and not your own. And when you get into that phase, you really need to focus on those actions that get you to that next level. So what are your high impact, low effort actions? We call those high value actions, HVAs. And those are the only ones you should be focused on when you're growing your business. So now we've taken care of those pieces, it's really time to go down the rabbit hole. Because now that you know all that, how do you need to change and redefine your role as the CEO of your business so that you're serving your business at the highest level possible, which is the only level that you can operate at when you're going for that explosive growth? Of course, if you're fine with how things are right now, you don't need to worry about this at all. But if you have big dreams and this is where you keep getting stuck, it's really time to change the way you do things. Now, if you want to know more, we have a brand new training out that addresses all this in detail. So grab your favorite beverage and some popcorn and head to bulletproofstartups.com and prepare to get some stuff done. We'll see you over there.